That was great. Love the tune. It's a great tune. How many of those have you got?
About 6 or 7.
Right, it's more than that.
No, well, it's not more than that.
I'm trying to keep it to me.
It's a real like classic kind of soul thing.
Oh yeah, I'm a big, big soul. I spent like loads of time in my life, trying to write for girl bands, things like that, and I went, and no more.
Well, it's funny because like when you're writing in that, I don't know whether you find the same thing, but when you're writing in that kind of style, it's really hard to kind of get it right and not make it sound too English.
I think
you got it right.
He thinks he's American.
Right.
He thinks he was born in the 70s. He doesn't think he's white and he thinks he's American.
Big throw under this week.
Yeah, it's that. I mean, it's
I'm massive, I love soul and old school funk. Really. I'm obsessed with James and the bass player. So like,
Have you heard a lot of that stuff there? People like Quantic. You heard of Quantic? Yeah, Quantic Soul Orchestra, and he made this amazing album with an old soul singer called Spanky Wilson. Yeah. Yeah, it's incredible, and just that kind of production. I'm assuming you like want to kind of get this together and kind of put.
I think for me, I think it's like I love soul and I love to do, but I think like some of the stuff I've been writing is different. Like it maybe like a folk song, and I watched this documentary. I don't know if any of you have seen it. Before the Music Dies. I don't know if you've
I didn't see that.
Check it out, and it changed my life to do with music really. Right. And it's just really just do what you feel. Don't pander to anybody really.
So would the idea to be to kind of with this group, bring all your songs together, and get a drummer and a bass player and that kind of stuff. And
I'm thinking about, because I've worked with all my mates and all musicians, so
yeah.
I'm thinking about getting them all in, and they're all different styles of players. Some of them are like maybe folk musicians, or some of them are funk, some of them are blues, or and just do something like totally different types of music. I don't know what you think of that at work.
No, totally.
That was going to be one of my questions actually. Because, I mean, Matt and I have been playing together for about 6 or 7 years, and we do restaurants and bars, and so we do a lot of covers. We've only recently started to bring his original material into it. And because we're doing covers, it's such a wide genre that we cover, or range of genres, sorry. And with the original songs as well, like you said, there's some that sound a little bit folky. They've still got an element of soul in them. Do you believe that you have to stick to one genre to enable yourself to be marketed? I mean,
you definitely kind of have hit upon something that was a big had to make a big decision about, and I've not ignored your incredible voice. I'll get to that in a minute. It's hard when you do bars and hotels and stuff, because you play everything, don't you? You play, Stevie Wonder, Robbie Williams and Queen and whatever, and bossa novas and everything. I've done that, and I think there comes a point where you have to decide how important your own writing is to you. And I've now made that decision that my writing is more important, and actually, especially when you get more notice, that can actually lose you fans. Possibly the easiest thing for me to do now would be like an album of standards, but I love doing standards and I love doing other people's songs, but I actually feel my own writing has become more important to me. But I think if you're earning a living and you feel like those gigs you're doing aren't kind of sapping your creative energy, but they're fueling it, then do it. But I think if you were starting to feel like this is actually grinding me down, that's the time to stop. And I know a few friends who have actually kind of, I can't do that anymore because I'm not writing. And a friend of mine, he had to move back to his mum and dad's house to do it, but actually he's now writing, and he just had a song of his cut by quite a big artist. And I think that would never have happened had he kind of made the decision. But I'm wary of saying that, because it is great to do all those bars. I mean, I played funerals, strip clubs, played them all, and actually that made me a much better. I'll give you the number of it later. Yeah, it's good. It was in Russia as well. Yeah. It was a good. Yeah. I think that helped me so much, like being comfortable on stage. And Charlese, you're clearly someone who has like sung a lot, because you've got a woman's voice. You have a voice that's been singing a long time, and what I like about your voice is that it's not self-consciously pretty. There's some real grit and kind of dirt in there, and I love that. I hope that's a good thing to say.
That's a brilliant
yeah, okay, because it's a real voice, and it suits the song really well. I mean, the three of you you complement each other really well. I would say the one thing I would say is that you do have to be careful that you don't slip into that kind of, you know, background band thing, because obviously you play so many of those places, that is going to come in. But the song that you just, on the basis of the song you just played me and the way you guys played together, there's no reason for that ever to happen. So just that, the only bit of advice I'll give you is just make sure that the kind of making a living side does not take over from the fact that you guys want to create this kind of new thing.
It's quite good because we've there's some of the gigs that we do are kind of residencies, and we've got a great following and people who support us. So we've been able to introduce the original songs into those gigs, and people are getting to know them. Yeah,
play more of those in the set actually, because sometimes you can get away with it. I remember I used to set myself a goal every time I played a Pizza Express, which was nearly all of them, that I would play a new song of mine every week. So I was almost like a challenge to write another song. And because only like 2 or 3 people were listening at that time, it didn't really matter, and actually it just gave me the impetus to write more and work.
I think sometimes I go, he wrote this song like that point to me, and I'm going like, I'd rather just play it and just see how people react to it without knowing, because people automatically assume, don't they, if you play an original song, like it's like, oh, you know, can't you play like, you know, Staying Alive or something?
Yeah. What it's interesting seeing you sing you own his songs though, which is great. It doesn't seem like you're singing a song that was written by your guitar player. It seems like you're singing it from you. So I thought it was great, and just, you know, keep doing it. I know we've got to wrap up there, and everyone enjoyed that. Must have done, right? Yeah. Yeah, it was awesome.